Welcome back to my Model Trains Review series, and this time we're going to be looking at ta-da! Yep, as you can probably tell, we're doing a review on the Bachmann A2 Blue Peter. Now obviously I'll give you a brief history. Now obviously Blue Peter is because a sole surviving member of the A2 class, and it was built in 1948. Well, obviously the peppercorn A2s were introduced in 1947 at the very end of the LNER, and probably when I think the last remaining ones were built by British Rail. And all of a sudden, all of the A2s were scrapped, leaving this one preserved. And you can see this is in its BR Brunswick green livery, which I basically like because I think it looks nice. Although I've seen the real one in the apple green, but it's really the best livery, like the one I remember seeing on Tornado. So anyway, enough chit chat. Let's go on with the review. Wow, I mean, just look at this model. Isn't she beautiful? And you can, if I can zoom in on here, you can see you get these little lamps, and as you can see here, there's a hole for the vacuum brake, and it says Dundee on here. And there's a number 60532. There's a little headlamp up there on the top, and where the chimney is. You can tell with the smoke box here is not painted silver, but it does capture the essence of the A2s. And over there you can see here where you'll find that unusual like chime whistle, which one's seen on the real Blue Peter. Anyway, let's move on to the side view. Oops, sorry about that. You can see here that there's her name, Blue Peter. Some good peppercorn style smoke deflectors here. You can see that on the real Blue Peter. And you can also see that on Tornado, which is like currently on the main line. And you can see she's a 462 Pacific. Got 4 wheels in the front, which support the front of the engine and guide her around corners, and 6 wheels in the middle that are the driving wheels, and 2 wheels at the back here, which support the rear of the locomotive. Oh yeah, well, I forgot to mention, you know these coupling connecting rods on Blue Peter? Well, they're the ones that got damaged in like that incident in 1994 when Blue Peter was hauling a mainline tour from Edinburgh to York. It stopped at Durham for a bit, and it somehow got a catastrophic wheel slip. I don't know what that was caused by. I mean, it was probably caused by priming. I mean, we all know what priming can do on steam engines. Like, I remember once in Microsoft Train Simulator when I was doing the tutorial on Flying Scotsman, and it says that don't fill the boiler water level too full, because that can cause priming. Anyway, enough of my trip down memory lane. You can see here we got the Banjo Dome, which is very common on LNER Pacifics. I mean, I know you've seen them on my other reviews on my 2 Flying Scotsman models in black and apple green, and also my A3 model Brown Jack. And you can see some safety valves here, and there's a bell whistle next to them. And you can see the number 60532 on the cab. Well, if you took a look at the real one at Barrow Hill, you can see we've got a workers' plate that says Doncaster 1948. I believe it was built in Doncaster. So anyway, let's just get the tender out of the way here. Let's have a look inside the cab. Now just take a look inside there. Isn't it wonderful? You can see here is that sphere in the middle is where the speedometer is, and I believe there's one on the left is like the brakes, and I believe that one on the right is the steam chest pressure gauge. And we can see here there's like injectors which feed water from the tender to the boiler. You can see the firebox down there, which you shovel call from a tender to the firebox. These are bucket seats for the driver and fireman. Oh yeah, what you can see here, if I can zoom in. Oh, zoomed in too close. Oh, come on. Focus, please. Ah, here we go. There's the automatic warning system here. That's quite useful on steam engines today on the main line. It's like whenever the driver passes and sees a green signal, it goes like doo, and when it goes from, when it sees the yellow or red, it goes like doo. And I think if you don't respond to it in 2.5 seconds, it'll automatically apply the train brakes. And there's a reverser here. Oh, too bad we can't see the regulators. And also we can see here, if you look here, these are the output little connections to the tender. The outer one here is one which is recommended because, well, it's only recommended if you're going to be running this. And if you're going to be like put it on the in the here, which it will basically keep derailing. Speaking of that, let me just tip over the locomotive here without breaking it. You can see the wheels here are not flangeless like on the Hornby ones. Well, the thing is that, well, if Hornby ones do have these, if they had flanged right here, the Hornby models would basically keep derailing. You can see here there's some brake rods here which I haven't added on myself. They were on this when I first got this one. This is like a, and I forgot to mention earlier on in the review, this is like a special edition model here. Wait here. I believe there's a certificate around here somewhere. Now let's forget about the certificate. I believe there's like 3,000 of these made. These models of Blue Peter. Now I'll show you how to hook it up to the tender without breaking it. Let's see. Here's the out. This is a tricky procedure, this. I don't know what's the safest thing to do. Let me just put it to one side here. Let's take a look. Difficult thing to do, really. Nope. Yes! See, this is how you put it in. Oh, you can notice a water scoop right there, which is used for many steam engines when on express tours. Well, let's get it out. And let's move on to the tender. Just get the logo out of the way first. Let's have a look at the tender first. You can see there's got British Railways crest on the light crest on the tender. You can see here this is quite the back of a tender like seen on Blue Peter. The back of it looks identical to a non-corridor tender on like one seen on Mallard. And oh, you can notice here, I'll show you what this code does. Let's see. Ah, you can see it's. Come on, get out of here. Bit of a glitch here, really. Got it. You can see it's removable, but it's removable like on my Butler Henderson model by Bachmann. There's a cap of water. With these tenders here carry like 5,000 gallons of water. I forgot to mention the back of the tender doesn't have a corridor connection like on the A4s. Well, to be honest, these A2s weren't intended to work non-stop between London and Edinburgh. Let's put the core back in. Get it back together here. Oops. Let's sort this out. There we go. Now let's just see if we can test our performance on the tracks. now we can see Blue Peter here on my temporary layout I've set up. And this layout is like a streamlined train style layout, like when he did his reviews on the 70th anniversary Mallard, and probably he did one about Kingfisher, another A4 that comes from the Flying Scotsman train pack from Hornby. Anyway, let's just see how it goes. And reverse again. Do it in slow speed first, just to test its speed. Let's just get that out of the way. Whoa! I nearly derailed it first. Let's see what's like going. Let me just sort this out. Nope. Whoa! Oh, there's one thing that I forgot to mention. See here, these are some little accessories that come with the model. These are recyclings for the cab, so when the locals move, it won't let a fireman or anyone who's standing with the locals when it's moving fall out. At least I think that's for safety reasons. And I believe it's... And these are some little footsteps when you put them right down here where the buffers are on the locomotive. And these are the little cylinder pipes for the cylinder. So it's like when the locomotive's on the platform, these cylinders shoot steam out, which was known as a cylinder cocks. I believe you may remember seeing that. And there's some vacuum pipes, so in case when the locomotive is hauling rolling stock. Like it's important to connect these to the carriages, because if not, it won't work. Anyway, let's see it back one final time. Wrong way. A little more. There we go. So anyway, this is it on my review of the Bachmann A2 Blue Peter, and I hope I might see you next time.